Hello, my friends. If you don't know me, my name is Terry Barnett. I've got almost 30 years of experience in the real estate industry. I've been an investor. I've bought property, sold property. I also, as a real estate agent, I help people buy and sell property all day long. I've also taught tens of thousands of real estate agents during my career, either anywhere from teaching them the multiple listing service software that they use, different tools that they have access to coaching and training them in an office environment and how to be successful in their business. So one of the things that I love to do is I love to set people up to win. If I know a strategy that can make you a better you, I always try to share that information. So today's video is going to be a very current video. In other words, it has to do with this current market and what's happening right now. It is currently 2021, and we are just getting, we're on the other side of the COVID-19 2020 pandemic. And it changed the world. Not all for the bad. We did lose some people we loved. Things have environmental things have changed, where the way that we do things have changed. Not all for the bad. Some of these things are great changes. I hope we never go back. There's been sides of politics. It's just been all kinds of crazy, right? But now we're in 2021. And you're interested in considering selling your property. So you're a seller in 2021. I want to give you some steps to success. So with that, the first thing that I want to tell you to do is to find yourself an agent. Your agent is going to have their finger on the marketplace. Now, too many do things backwards and don't realize what they're doing to themselves. They'll go online and they'll go to some website to figure out what they can make for their property. And the reality is the market dictates what your house is worth, and that any online tool is just a tool. And just to give you an idea about that, unlike the average agent, and I would never teach you or share with you to go find you an average agent. That is not the kind of agent that you want to work with. But unlike the average agent, I use 8, 9, or 10, sometimes even 12 sources to come up with a valuation on a property. And I'll tell you that probably some of those little Willotello type websites that you might go to that say, hey, we can value your property, that is one of the many tools that I use to value a property. And any property any software by itself, any tool that you would find by itself can be incorrect. Because if you put junk into a system, you get junk out, right? That's why I use multiple systems and multiple strategies to come up with a more accurate valuation on a property. So my number one tip to you is to find an agent, connect with an agent who is going to help you figure out what your property is worth in this market. Okay? In this market. Today, right now. Okay? You watch this video a week from now and the market could shift, the market can change, so I want you to have that tool in your toolbox. Personally, I don't care if you're 2 years out from thinking about selling your house. Engage me early, tell me what our plan is, set the timeline for me, and you and I will work together and we will work things out. If an agent sent you this video or this was shared with you by an agent, obviously they love and care for you and they're trying to set you up to win this game. Connect with them. Get started early. Let them know what your plan is, even if you're not thinking about doing it for a while. Obviously, if you're thinking about listing your property tomorrow, you need to let them know, hey, we're getting ready to sell our property. We're considering it. We need to know where we sit as far as its value. That's the right place to start. The next tip that I want to give you for being a successful seller in 2021 in this current marketplace is price it right. So your agent comes in, sits down with you, shows you how they came up with that potential valuation of your property, okay? And then some sellers, not you, I'm sure, some sellers then take the highest number that they can think of, whether it's on a sheet of paper, and they go, well, we'll start there because, you can't ever, go back up. Okay, that's simply not true. The reality, the truth is, you can't underprice a property, but you can overprice a property. So let me tell you, this market is absolute proof that that statement that I just told you is true. Why? Because agents are experiencing and sellers are experiencing multiple offers on properties. With the valuation of your property, we also need to deal with what appraisers will appraise your house at, okay? That doesn't change the fact that people can come in and demand, because it is a seller's market, an extreme seller's market, where we have lots of hungry buyers out there and low inventory, okay? With that adjustment, you have the advantage if you do things right. But you have to, well, that's one of my points. Yeah, you have to do things right. So you can't underprice a property, but you can overprice it. So price it right to begin with. Let me give you a scenario of what happens. If you overprice your property, people will be searching by price, and your property will never show up because it's on the high side. They either won't bother to look at it, or it won't even come up in their search. But if you priced your property on the lower end, or correctly, maybe it's competitively, okay? You need to go with your agent's recommendations there, because they want a sale. They don't get paid in most cases. We don't get paid unless the deal closes. So they have an incentive for closing. They want to make sure you sell that property, okay? Now, if you overprice it, you may not even get any offers. You may let it sit on the market. If it's sitting on the market in this current market, that means it's not priced right, okay? If you're not getting multiple offers, being shown a bunch of times, it's not priced right, okay? You should start off with the right price. If you were, okay, let's just say that your agent came in educated, set a price, and let's just say that it was too low. The market, the demand in the market, all those hungry potential buyers would see it, and they would fight for that property, driving the price up, okay? There's a lot of situations where multiple offers come in right now, and they're over the list price, which there's this feeding frenzy. They come in with their highest and best offers. You have a strategy to deal with that, and then you get to pick and choose the strongest offers from that, right? So price it right, and then we will get to the next tip, and that is expect. If you've priced it right, if you've chosen the right agent who's going to get you taken care of, knows the market, and is going to do their best to get you the right price and sell your home in your time frame, you do that, okay? You price it right, okay? Sit down with them, they tell you where to price it, and the next thing is expect multiple offers. Expect multiple offers. Got the right agent, you set the price right, just simply in this current market, expect a flurry of offers. That leads me to the next step, is set a deadline and a plan to make a decision on those offers. Just expect that you're going to get multiple offers, and set a deadline and a plan. Your agent will probably recommend that you have a plan for multiple offers and what you're going to do, and set that price aggressively and correctly. And then you're going to have multiple offers, have a plan for dealing with that, okay? When you have those offers, just a couple more things. Consider the whole package to determine the strength of the offer. The whole package. In other words, just because you have an offer on the table that says it's for cash and it's over the asking price, it doesn't mean it's necessarily the best offer on the table, even though maybe the other offer that you're looking at is a almost full price offer, but it's a conventional loan or even an FHA, right? Consider the whole package. When I say the whole package, I mean what is the possibility of successfully closing with this buyer? Okay, some businesses, some investors shoot out offers with the intention of not closing most of them. They're just trying to look for desperate sellers. So they write offer. They come in, they might write it for cash, say, oh, we only need 5 days for inspection. What they do is they use that inspection period to then weed out your house. Maybe they have never even seen your house at all. Now, sometimes that needs to happen, sometimes that happens, and sometimes that is a good offer that's on the table. But I have seen way too many times where a family that was interested in a house, they were strong, they were confident, they had decent credit scores, they had decent money in the bank, they could close on this package, right? But the seller took the one that said cash on it, right? That doesn't mean that cash is bad either. It's each scenario, each package, right? But I've seen it more times than I can count, where the seller took the one that sounded on the surface like it was the best offer, and then 5 days, like right at the last minute, sent some bird dog out to check out the property for them. And this is the first time that they've even really paid attention to any of the details on the property, and then they cancel the contract. So you just lost a good potential buyer because you didn't look at the whole package and realize the pros and cons of the offers that were in front of you. So I'm not saying, in no case am I saying that all cash offers are bad, or all conventional, or all FHA, or whatever. There isn't a scenario where it's an absolute. I want you to, with your agent, look at all of those, talk about them, ask questions, have your agent ask lots of questions of the buyers to make sure, I'm going to get rid of a call there, all right, to make sure that you're at least considering the right offer. And then potentially take backups. Set yourself up with backup offers so that the first one fails, that you have some other ones in line. And ask your agent. They have the tools, the contracts, the techniques to set up backup offers. So they should be asking if any of the potential buyers are interested in backup offers anyway, just to give you the best chance of success. All right? And my last point here is, yes, in the current market, the sellers have the advantage. You, as a seller, have the advantage. It's a seller's market. They call it that for a reason. You have the advantage, but only if you follow the previous tips that I shared with you. If you are trying to market a property yourself, it can be done, right? It can be done. People do it. People do successfully sell their houses themselves. But without somebody who is experienced with the scenarios that happen in this current market, if you're not buying and selling all the time, it can be dangerous. So 1, get an agent. 2, price it right. You have the advantage if you price it right. If you overprice it, you've just priced yourself out of the market. You've just gotten rid of some of your potential buyers, and then you wonder why it's sitting. If it's sitting in this current market, it is not priced right. It's not priced right. Okay? And exposure is the other end of that. Exposure of your property to enough buyers and the price. Those two things, magical components to get your home sold, right? So what else? Setting a deadline and having a plan, expecting multiple offers in that, and considering the whole package. My friends, if you listen to this video twice if you need to, but by following these steps, by getting in on this strategy that I shared with you, you're going to have a lot of success as a seller in 2021 in this current market. All right, guys, hope this helped you out. Love you, and I will see you next time.